Another tragic mass shooting in America. This time, a gunman opened fire around 12:30 a.m. Mountain Time at a movie theater in Aurora, Colorado, near Denver. More than a dozen people were killed, with at least 50 injured. The gunman stood in front of a theater at the Aurora Town Center. He threw a gas canister at the crowd and then opened fire. The theater was playing the new Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises. Police, ambulances, and emergency crews rushed to the scene after frantic calls flooded 911. Officers found the gunman near a car behind the theater. And you can check out cbnnews.com for the latest on this story. Pregnancy help centers have often been pitted against abortion clinics and Planned Parenthood. Every year, the pregnancy centers bring moms they've helped to Capitol Hill to plead for support. Paul Strand has the story from Washington.
These moms came with a message. Without pregnancy help centers, they would have likely aborted the babies that are now such a precious part of their lives.
I was headed for an abortion.
Jessica Gore already had it all worked out with Planned Parenthood, but then she visited her local pregnancy help center.
And they offered me a free sonogram. And Planned Parenthood had previously told me, well, it's just a piece of tissue. This isn't even really a baby at this point.
Gore says what she saw and heard during that sonogram changed everything.
The nurse told me that is your child's heartbeat. That to me proved that this wasn't a piece of tissue, that this was a living thing.
Heartbeat International President Peggy Hartshorn brings moms like Gore to Capitol Hill every year to meet with her lawmakers, who Hartshorn says are often surprised by how much help pregnancy centers give.
They're helping so many women and at no cost to the taxpayers. This is the church in action.
But there's a new shadow hanging over the work.
One advantage for pregnancy centers in the war for life has been that they could offer their services for free to pregnant women while abortions were expensive. But with Obamacare bringing the shadow of taxpayer-subsidized abortion closer and closer to reality, that advantage is quickly disappearing.
We've had a country, at least at this point, where in most states, federal funds and state funds have not paid for abortion. We are going directly in the opposite direction, and particularly with requiring health insurance policies to be covering abortifacient, sterilization. The next step is for all health insurance policies to cover abortion. We know that that's the next step.
Then there'll be even more pressure on cash-strapped women to have abortions. It was lack of finances that almost led Shelley Lewis to that decision.
I was about 2 days away from my visit to the abortion clinic.
It was only a talk with a woman at a pregnancy help center that saved baby Kiri from abortion.
The godly counseling that she gave me helped me to realize that I was about to make a mistake.
Gore pleads with lawmakers to back pro-life measures like ultrasound bills and pregnant women to get an ultrasound before they abort.
If women would just take a moment, just take a step back and look at that ultrasound screen, that they would really change their mind and know that this is a miracle of God that's happening in their bodies. I mean, from a single-cell organism to a full human being in a matter of weeks.
Human beings that often become the greatest joy of their mother's heart.
She makes me happy every day because she's such a happy baby.
I could not have asked for anything better. I'm so happy I didn't abort. I'm happy that I didn't listen to Planned Parenthood.
One of the main messages of these moms is this isn't just a question of philosophy about choice. It's about these babies. They want their congressman to look into the faces of these children and realize that's what the abortion debate is really all about. Paul Strand, CBN News, reporting from Capitol Hill.
Thanks, Paul. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are concerned over potential security threats from the use of flying drones here in the U.S. The Federal Aviation Administration says in the next 5 years, some 10,000 drones will be used in the U.S. Texas Republican Michael McCall says terrorists are already planning how to use the unmanned aircraft. He cited the case of a Massachusetts man arrested last year.
The individual was arrested in September of 2011 after an undercover FBI investigation revealed that his plot to use multiple remote-controlled aircraft laden with explosives to collapse the dome of the United States Capitol and attack the Pentagon.
Lawmakers say no federal agency is willing to oversee domestic drones. Federal officials say a New Mexico town risks losing public funding over a proposed piece of art featuring Christian crosses. Officials in Jemez Springs plan to put the art on a bridge that had been restored with federal funds. The grant included money for the artwork. The town's citizens chose a scene that shows the first Spanish mission built in the town, including a priest and 6 crosses. Federal officials told the town to forget about placing crosses on the bridge because someone might complain. The mayor is accusing the feds of censorship. A community in Mexico has clean drinking water thanks to Operation Blessing. Teams were in the area offering assistance after a large earthquake when they learned that the local school had no running water. Children were required to bring their own water to school for drinking, washing, and even flushing the toilet. Operation Blessing pumped the water into the community from a well 250 meters away. Teams installed a water purification unit and then distributed water to bathrooms next to the school. They also installed a drinking fountain for the kids, along with a filling station for the entire community. Now more than 1,500 people have access to clean drinking water. And you can find out more about Operation Blessing by going to their website, ob.org.